In a bit of a surprise move today, this afternoon, the Detroit Lions have released kicker Michael Badgley. According to Tom Pelissero just a few moments ago, a surprise. The Lions are releasing kicker Michael Badgley per source, and it is already official. The Pride of Detroit folks have done an article already about it, underlying some reasons as to why he may have been cut. Now, this is a bit of a surprise. Michael Badgley came through for us tremendously last year. We cut Riley Patterson. We had Austin Seibert. We wind up cutting him. We then signed Dominic Eberle. We wind up cutting him. He was terrible. I don't even know if he made a kick for us as his time as a Detroit Lion. And then the Bears actually released Michael Badgley after going 4 for 4 in like week 4 or 5, somewhere around there. Then we take him in, and he was money for us for the most part last year. But then we trade for Riley Patterson, and we signed the XFL standout John Parker Romo. Now, here's the kicker when it comes to Michael Badgley. I have a few thoughts on this, and let me show you what Pride of Detroit had to say as to the explanations as to what could be happening here when it comes to Michael Badgley. It says there are two potential explanations here. One, Badgley could be dealing with an injury. He was not kicking at all during OTAs and minicamp, and we never heard exactly why. I do remember that we didn't see anything from him when it came to OTAs. They say the other explanation is a little more complicated. Badgley is a vested veteran, which means he has at least 4 years of experience in the NFL. When cut, vested veterans are not subject to waivers. They become free agents immediately. If you're not a veteran, Romo and Patterson are not, then you hit waivers, which means another team can claim you before becoming a true free agent. Then it goes to say that what they could be doing is open up a roster spot for Mims until they cut someone else. And then they probably are telling Badgley that, hey, you're a free agent, hang around, we'll re-sign you after we create a spot. But he was the one that was chosen to be cut as a vested veteran that will allow him, because once it's very similar to Mims last night. If Mims hits the waiver wire, then he has to clear waivers, which means he has to go through all other teams. And with the Detroit Lions being one game out of the playoffs, a half game out of the playoffs, then Mims would have had to go through 17 teams and then come to us. Badgley would be released, have to go through those 17 teams and then come back to us. And maybe they don't want to risk that with Parker Romo and Patterson, who they just traded for. So this is a bit of a surprise when it comes to this, but it could be because they do this all the time. The team and the player will work out an arrangement and say, hey, listen, we're going to cut you, but it's a business move. Hang around. We'll bring you back in once a spot clears up. And then the player can decide whether or not they're going to take that offer. Remember, this happened with David Blau. We cut David Blau after the preseason, and then he wound up not wanting to come back. When we tried to bring him back, he chose to go to Minnesota, and now ultimately actually plays on the Arizona Cardinals. So Badgley, it could be something around like that. Now, I want to say Blau had been in the league for 3 years. I think he just finished his 3rd year, right? Maybe. I can't remember, but he might not have been a vested veteran, so he had to go through waivers. Now, here's another thought that I could have on why Michael Badgley was cut. I saw an article the other day about, I think it's Robbie Gould, who wants to continue to kick in the NFL, but he wants to play somewhere warm with him being 40 years old, but he wants to continue to kick. And the Lions have been kind of pegged to maybe be a team that will be a good fit for him. So this could be out in left field that Robbie Gould, they could be looking at him, or it could just be a thing where they had to, like I said, temporarily open up a spot for Denzel Mims and then want to bring him back. You never know. So Robbie Gould could be up for grabs here, but it's likely, but we don't know how possible it is, right? So Michael Badgley is on the way out, and this is, like I said, this is surprising. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you feel this move was for? Do you think it was just to make rooms for Mims, or do you think it could be something else going on with the Detroit Lions? Let me know in the comments below. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.